When people hear the name of Elaine Brown, they think of icon, political figure, leader, feminist, civil rights activist. Miss Brown, along with being the first ever female leader of the Black Panther Party and a CEO, is also an acclaimed author. She has written 2 books, one her autobiography, Taste of Power, and the book, The Condemnation of Little B. She is a powerful writer that has worked hard to reveal the truths behind the systems in America that harm Black people. Before looking more into her political activisms and how her book has affected many, it is important to know where she came from. She was born March 2nd, 1943 in Philadelphia, to a single mother. Her mother worked hard to enroll her into a private school, the Philadelphia High School for Girls. After graduating high school, she went on to attend Temple University for 2 semesters until she left to pursue a career in music in Los Angeles. Miss Brown began to date a music producer by the name of J. Richard Kennedy, who helped her with the start of her journey with learning about social justice. A major turning point in her journey before joining the Black Panther Party was when she gave piano lessons at the Watts Housing Projects, which served as a different perspective into social and economic reasons for poverty in America. She would then attend UCLA. Following the assassination of Dr. King, Miss Brown would attend the first Black Panther meeting after the event, and would later become one of the biggest voices for activism within the party. Within her autobiography, Taste of Power, she goes on to paint a picture of what women experienced while inside the Black Panther Party, a majorly male-ran organization. The book begins with her retelling of how she became the leader of the party, after former leader Huey P. Newton had fled to Cuba in order to escape criminal prosecution in the States. Looking at her own autobiography as a record about how she was persecuted for being Black in America, she also told her problems with sexism. In the Black Panther Party, women needed to support men, but couldn't lead because it was seen as putting down the Black man, and therefore Black people overall. She was also condemned by the feminist movement at the time because of music she had created in the past, which was interpreted as putting men on a pedestal. Elaine Brown, as a writer, is powerful because her words that she uses is very straightforward, which gives an honest retelling of events that affect many in America. Her use of intersectionality specifically shows the nuance of issues in America and how you have to help multiple groups rise from oppression for all to be free from it. Miss Brown would go on to lead the Black Panther Party to engage in more community partnerships in Oakland by founding the Panthers Liberation School and by managing the mayoral campaign of Oakland's first Black mayor, Leonel Wilson. However, after the beating of an administrator at the Panther Liberation School by men in the party, Brown would step down from the position in 1971. When she saw that former chairman Huey P. Newton took the men's side when the administrator, Regina Wilson, had only reprimanded a colleague for not doing his work in order for her to be assaulted. Brown herself was also a victim of violence from Newton, cementing her resolve to leave the party. Brown's exit from the party did not stop her activism. She would later in 1996 found the Fields of Flowers organization, which aided impoverished Black children with a better education, and the beginnings of her work with prison reform, which began in 1998 with the co-founding of Mothers Advocating Juvenile Justice, which advocated for children in Georgia who were being prosecuted as adults. At the same time, she headed the Michael Lewis Legal Defense Committee for Little B, the subject of her book, who was sentenced to life at 14 for a crime he did not commit. She looked into how he was labeled in the media as a predator and a monster, even though he was only a boy. Brown would come to call this the New Age racism, because the prison systems in America targeted Black communities the most, especially when young Black boys are allowed to slip through the cracks after entering the foster care system. After decades of fighting for his freedom, Brown was able to set Little B free. Elaine Brown now resides in Oakland, California, and is the CEO of a company that helps convicted felons co-own successful business startups. Thank you for listening.